too long in a row. Too long in a Babylon, yeah. Me really want to go on me yard. They are each up in a row for too long, too long, too long. We each up in a row for too long, too long. Hey, we each up in a row for too long, too long, too long. We each up in a row for too long, too long. More for me out.
Greetings and welcome to Jesse I Interviews, recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation in the city now known as Melbourne, Australia. I'm recording this a couple weeks after Kabaka Pyramid won the 2023 Reggae Grammy Award for his album of last year, The Calling, produced by Stephen and Damien Marley for Ghetto Youths International. This is one of the very few times I can remember where I actually agreed with the Grammy winner. There's been some appalling winners in the past. I'm looking at you, Ziggy, Toots and Jimmy Cliff. I was really happy to see Kabaka win this year, not only because he was so deserving on a musical level, but also because he's such a good guy. I think he's got more integrity than most Jamaican artists. I also think he represents modern Rasta music so well. He respects the traditions and those that have come before him, but he's also forward-thinking. To be honest, I don't have much respect for the Grammys though generally, but I did figure it was a good excuse to go back into the archives for this interview with Kabaka from 2012. This was recorded before he really bust big internationally, but the fire was definitely burning already. So here we go. Jesse I interviews Kabaka Pyramid at his home studio Bebble Rock in Kingston, July 2012. Anytime you're ready, Mina. You going to stand up and film?
Phone, hold on. Give me one second.
No problem. Alright. Good?
Yep.
Okay. I'm just thinking about that radio.
Yep, go for
Okay.
it.
It's Bebble Rock Studio, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now we're at Bebble Rock Studio in Kingston, Jamaica with the artist Kabaka Pyramid. Thanks for joining us here on Babylon Burning.
Yeah, man, no problem. Give thanks, you know.
Alright, I always like to start at the very beginning. I'd like to know where you were born and what life was like for you growing up.
Well, I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Used to live in Garvey Mead, Portmore, till I was about 3. Obviously, don't remember much about that. Came up to Papi inside University Crescent, both mother and father, grew up in a good home, me and my bigger brother. Went to Mona Prep, got a good education, and then went to Campion High School. If you don't know, them have Campion as like the best high school in Jamaica, quote unquote. So, we give thanks for them things that our parents could afford for provide the best for we as a youth and thing, and we just try and make the best of it, Till about 5th form, maybe them time, them start really get involved with music, 4th, 5th form, and me and my brethren, them would have a big crew in a high school, Bomb Squad crew, which later became Bebble Team.
Okay.
Which, when we formed the label, we called it Bebble Rock, so we did do like some early albums and things, some real underground thing, a lot of dancehall, a lot of hip hop. Our house was actually the studio. My brother was like the mastermind, the producer, and ones like Massacre and T-Dat and the whole of them, man, they did debut. Rest in peace to Taiwo Rap Brown. The man that was like the head of the thing them time in terms of a Jamaican rapper.
Mm-hmm.
The man that did have a lot of respect in the hip hop community yard and thing, and him show me a lot. So, the man that passed in 07 still.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, there was like a little break between them early times around, I'm talking about around 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And there was kind of a little break after our first couple albums and thing for a couple years when me and my brother went to the States to go school and thing. And it's actually when Taiwo passed in 07 that it was around the same time me and my brother came back to Jamaica, and then we kind of firmed back up the link with Bebble Team, and we did another album right here out of this studio. So, this studio built up basically out of that energy and out of that strength. And, same Massacre, T-Dat, Sauce, Grabber Smash, Roxy, a whole heap of it was on the album. And, you know, we just get back our energy and a drive towards the music, you know. And the whole time I always working on my craft. I always, you know, making beats, you know, recording myself, learning the different programs, them trying to get better, you know. Whether it's hip hop or reggae. You know, a lot of people have it say, you know, me is a rapper where just start doing reggae now, but me I do reggae from 2002.
Okay.
If you listen to my first album, you hear me a DJ. It never sound anything like how it is now, you know. But we go through stages of development and, you know, evolution with it still. Yeah, man.
I was going to ask about that because when I first heard of Bebble Rock,
Yeah.
like I was under the impression it was more like a Jamaican hip hop thing.
Okay.
But then when I got I think it was Free From Chains EP,
Yeah.
and it's much more reggae, or you know what my idea of dancehall reggae music.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
though there's still hip hop elements in the production still.
Yeah, man, definitely. You know, it's with the music that I create is based on what I'm influenced by, you know, which has mainly been reggae and hip hop. You know, so in the 90s when cable TV come to Jamaica, you know, it's like them time that I got exposed to hip hop, like about 96, 97, and was listening a lot of, you know, Puff Daddy and them man there, yes, cause that was the main thing on the TV. But, you know, I get into man like Wu-Tang, you know, Nas, Cannabis, Big Pun, you know, a lot of them thing that were listening hard as youths and thing, and, you know, it's like, you know, as well, you don't know, reggae always there. You know, Sizzla was a major influence on me, you know, just in terms of Rastafari and my spirituality and thing, you know, him kind of led me towards that because, but I should have mentioned, like, I grew up in the church, you know, with my parents and thing, and it's like, after a while, listening certain music, you start to question things, you know, and that was a major turning point for me around the same time, 2002, when I start really doing the music. So, you find out with the EP, you find that blend, you know, cause I love hip-hop beats and hip-hop production, the bounce of the hip-hop drum loops them have and thing. So I add the reggae instrumentation and the roots kind of sound. We'll do a lot of sampling of old reggae and kind of bring them back. It have that old analog sound where it's hard to get, you know. So we do a lot of, just like how hip-hop do a lot of sampling, we do a lot of sampling with the reggae, with the fusion sound. So, and even my lyrics, I kind of try go about writing my lyrics like how a hip-hop artist would go about it. You know, which a lot of Jamaicans doing now still, cause a lot of we influenced by it. You know, the Assassins, the Cartels, you can hear the hip-hop in the flow, Idonia and them, man. So, you know, it's a similar thing, but I just come from a more conscious perspective, you know, but it's still very lyrical, and, you know, you have the syllables and the metaphors and similes, and, you know. One of my favorite hip-hop artists them is Common. And Common is a man where every line is something to think about. Every line have like a double meaning or three meaning in the one line. So I try to do things like that. Even in the song, the Reggaeville rhythm with Sarah Lugo, you know, it's Common. I was listening before I wrote that verse there. So, you know, a lot of things where I saying it, you know, try to stay grounded even when I got to fly away, you know. Them kind of thing, there's things I'm get from like Common and them, and we pick up from them, and so, you know, it's all a mix up, it's a fusion, it's a blend, just to create that effect and that sound. You know?
Yeah, well, I think the sound definitely, for me, hearing that EP, it wasn't just the vocals, but the rhythms as well. I mean, in Jamaica, the studio system in Jamaica puts out juggling rhythms, dancehall and reggae rhythms, but these rhythms were different, like rhythms that we hadn't heard before. With a different sort of production aesthetic. Who actually built those rhythms? Did you do that, or you work with?
I did about 4 of them. 3 of them was from Zinc Fence, which you might know, Chronics. Yeah, Chronics and Teflon built about 3 of them. You know, some other young producers like LP and King Biggs, and also this producer from Cali who made the hip-hop version of Prophecy named Paycheck. So yeah, we had a blend of, you know, artists, like producers within the link, making original rhythms. You know, if I put out a project, we try to use original music, you know. It's
an interesting approach to me, like, because 99% of Jamaican artists going to studios and producers
Yeah.
looking to voice, but you've done your own thing from the start.
From the start. You know, I've never been the type to be hanging around at people's studio. You know, I've always, you know, had our own studio. I always learned how to voice myself. You know, you go through the different program, them Nuendo, Pro Tools, Logic. You know, once you know one, you can know all of them. You know, and right now I'm using Ableton Live to do a lot of my stuff, and it's very good for sampling and production and things. But I record my vocals and everything in it. So, you know, it's easier for me that way. I'm much more comfortable. You know, I feel like I don't have nothing to prove that way. You know, and there's, you know, to be honest, there's a lot of pressure with having to go to them studio there and dealing with people personalities and egos and all of them things. So we just try to cut that out. You know, I'm doing a lot of work with producers from different countries now. Some German producers, Austrian. You know, them send me the rhythm and we just record it here, send them back the vocals, you know, and just keep it like that. You know. But I'm definitely open to working with local producers. You know, I did a song with Equinox, you know, music the other day, King Kabaka, and yeah, doing decent. It got some airplay and thing, which, you know, that's the one, you know, pitfall with working, you know, with yourself in terms of production. Cause you work with these big producers, them already have ins with the selectors and things. So from them send them a thing, it out there, you know. But we know who don't really have a name like that, it's harder to get, you know. So I have a few DJs and ZJs we kind of work with, and just love the music, you know. So hopefully that spread and increase through the years, you know.
I want to ask you about your position in the music as a Rasta artist, because since we've been in Jamaica on this trip, we've actually had a few people speak of a new generation of Rasta artists, and the names they've mentioned is like Jar9 and Protege, Chronix, and yourself. What do you think about that sort of, you know, being hailed as a new generation of Rasta artists?
Trust me, it's a joy to just be included, you know, with them ones that still, you know. It's definitely a privilege I see it, because the ones them serious about their music, you know. Sometimes I feel like, you know, like I need to keep up with them ones there, because, you know, it's all people who bleed music and live music too. You know, it's just recently I kind of get into the live music thing, you know, but it's something I love and I see it necessary. So the Rasta movement is parallel with the live music movement. You know, a lot of the ones them citing up His Majesty now, and we love them thing there, you know, and, you know, speaking of His Majesty and his teachings and thing and Rastafari, and it's a necessary thing, because it's like, it's a similar thing to what was happening in the early stages of reggae, you know, with the, you know, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, the whole of them, the Wailers, and there was an uprising at that time, and it's like 30 years later it kind of repeating itself now, 30, 40 years later. So it's like we just give thanks and know say some serious artists about them have lyrics, them have things to say, them doing original productions, you know, and it's a joy to see ones going on tour now and really getting to expose people to the music and experience what it is like to really do this thing, you know.
So you just got back from Europe, I believe. You did a tour there. Is that the first Europe tour you've done?
Definitely, yes. First tour. You know, ready for the road tour. Link up with our brethren named Malte, who from Starline Sound in Germany. You know, good youth. You know, great experience. I was there for 6 weeks. My manager was with me for, you know, 3 of the 6 weeks. And did shows in Germany. Most of them were in Germany, a couple in Austria, one in Switzerland, one in France, and one in Netherlands. And it was a great experience, you know. There were some shows that were, boy, just crazy. You know, people love the music and tune and pull up and beer vibes. You know, some of the performance and people kind of just getting for no one. See, true me is a man who have lyrics. You tend to experience the thing where people kind of just listening and say, oh, well, you're not really pre-know what I say, you know. So get a lot of that too. So I give thanks for that, because I want the people to listen what I say. But not really just want people just for forward, just for no reason.
It's more than a punchline.
Exactly, it's more than just a punchline, you know. So was a great experience, man. Trust me.
So, what do you have in store for the near future?
I just brainstorming the album right now. That's the main thing I want to focus on over the next few months. As well as we want to release some more videos. Because we're not finished promoting the EP as yet. Definitely want to do a video for Ready for the Road and a couple others. I have a single I want to release, which are going to be the first Bebble Rock single since the EP. But I've had some other singles, opportunities to work with Oneness Records, Air Vibrations, Weedy G, the song with Corner Door, and other producers. So I'm gonna give thanks, and we're just going to keep doing that. A lot of music getting done right now. A lot of songs I have putting down and sit down and just waiting on producers to put them out, and selecting ones for the album and things like that. So yeah, I don't know what's the timeline on the album, but that is it for now. Go and focus on doing some shows here in Jamaica. We don't know when is the next tour. Hopefully we'll go to London in September. But we're not sure about that yet. We just have to see how it goes, Yeah, man.
One other thing I wanted to ask you about is the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Because here say you're a whiz on the Rubik's Cube. I saw a video on YouTube, you're doing it while you're rapping.
While I'm rapping. Yeah, man. When I was in Orlando, you teach me how to do it, But it's a simple thing to learn still, But yeah, man, it's a thing I love to play around with. I remember Janine did go foreign, and she loved challenge people, So Janine stay, she buy a 5x5 Rubik's Cube for me. I'm gonna take about a couple hours and solve it and show her, and she couldn't believe. But yeah, man, it's a vibes, Love them things that will challenge the mind,
Yeah. That's the other thing I was going to ask you about. The lyric in one song, I used to smoke the weed a lot, and then I start to read a lot.
Read a lot. Yes, yeah, but the funny thing about that is I never used to like reading as a child. Mother had a whole bookshelf full of books, and I would have start one and just lose interest, and it's like I realized them books, they wasn't really tapping into what I was seeking, But now I read a lot of books where directly about spirituality, ancient cultures and things like that, and them things that really intrigue me, So I find myself reading a lot of them things there. I used to burn a lot of herbs still, but about 6 years ago I decided that was enough, so, and that allowed me a lot more time to go deeper into the reading, and things like yoga and all of them things, Tai Chi, I try to get involved and straighten up the diet and thing, and so yeah, man, I just say that.
All right. So to wrap things up, do you have a message you'd like to pass on to the people back in Australia listening to this?
Yeah, man, we just say keep it positive, It's consciousness is increasing right now, so just look in, don't look outside for any knowledge. Everything is within. Even the nature teaches us everything that's within, and learn to look through the eyes of the heart rather than even your physical eyes, because your heart teaches you everything. Observe the animals, observe the trees, everything is out there, So yeah, man, that's what we say.
One last question I forgot. Where'd you get the name Kabaka Pyramid?
I got it online, Googling. I was searching for an African name, and I saw that name. It means king in Uganda. So in Uganda, yeah, they will call their king Kabaka, just like how we say king whatever, they will say Kabaka whatever, So it's just a fiery name I kind of did speak out to me, I'm just adapt it and say, yeah, need that one, yeah. So, and the pyramid represents, everything, the height of spirituality, in Africa and other cultures too, who, used to build pyramids. So it's in terms of the music, it's a long-lasting music. We want it to stand the test of time, just like the pyramids. All
right.
So that's it.
All right, Kabaka Pyramid. Give thanks for joining us here on PBS.
Yeah, man. Blessed love.
Babylon Burning with Jesse I. PBS FM.
All right.
Anytime you're ready.
All right.
I'm Mr. This is Kabaka Pyramid representing from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm Mr. Babylon Burning. Yeah, man, Jesse I. Station, PBS FM. Kabaka Pyramid, say blessed love. Me say me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch a stage show. Fire dust and blaze, said them never did know. Babylon burning run the place. No. Jesse, I bless up yourself. PBS FM, you don't know. Yeah, man. You see now, through my voice kind of set away from rehearsal. Oh. It's still running?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm say good over evil, life over death. Kabaka Pyramid say watch where you step. Babylon burning, consciousness for the people. Jesse I, yeah, man. Make them know say them prefer I. You don't know say everywhere we step in I, Selassie I guide, you know. PBS FM, Babylon burning. Kabaka Pyramid says so. No. Don't you fight us down, yeah. Don't you fight us down. Don't you fight us down. Them now want see we sit on the throne. On the battlefield, I'm a rebel with a cause, never pass. Babylon a devil on the battlefield. I'm a rebel with a cause. Observe the laws of my heart.
Kabaka Pyramid talking to me back in July 2012. He actually had a slight cold at the time and said that if he didn't, he would voice me some dub plates. Instead, he promised to voice a few and email them to me. I didn't get my hopes up, as every time an artist has ever said that, it never happens. But Kabaka was actually the exception to the rule, and he did indeed send me 3 great specials for free. I'll play one at the end of the podcast. That's it for another one. Thanks to those who continue to support the podcast on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. Big up the Don Armageddon Time, the Real General Empress Irie, me Idrins, Tom Tanaki, and John from Champion Sound. If you'd like to help keep this thing going, please check out Jesse I Interviews on Patreon and become a chargee for as little as $2 US or $3 Australian per month. If you can't do that, please just leave a positive review on whatever podcast platform you use and share the podcast with any other reggae fans who might be interested. Thanks for listening. Eyes is every time.
And I said chant down. Yeah, man, burn them out right so now, you know, with no delay. I'm say Jesse I tell them so we no stray and rest crucial. Yeah, man, you don't know, say. Kabaka Pyramid representing itinerary, you know. From Kingston to Melbourne. Yeah, man, Australia, that's the thing there. Hey, I hear the calling. Chant down, giving them a warning. Jesse, I aim across the road from morning. Me say me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. Chant down have a player, so me touch a session. Fire dust and blaze, so them never know. Chant down around the place, listen me now. Rebel music on the rhythm, I chant it. When them see me near the microphone, them say me haunted. Crucial meditate by the river, Jaja planted a seed in him soul. Him works him come perform this. Jesse, I am up the key. If you depend on the mic, and your responsibility for bring the truths and rights of which the youths them got to feed. To reach up to the heights of Rastafari liberty. Send me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch a session. Fire dust a blaze, and them never did know. Chant down around the place, and me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. Chant down have a player, so me touch a session. Fire dust a blaze, and them never did know. Chant down around the place, me ready for the road again. Me nah go sell on my soul, me said that won't happen. Listen the lyrics, just wrote down with them own a pen. None of them come in like a beginner, them own a pen. Style me chop it, push and drop it in I'm own a blend. Like the grabber to the weed, me to the grandma like bladder to the pea. When me drop in at the streets, me think turn up just like me tracking at the bigs. Chant down, make a speed on the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch a session. Fire dust and blaze in a Melbourne, Australia, where we are on the place on the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch a session. Fire dust and blaze, and them never did know. Chant down around the place. Listen me, this is nothing of which you heard before. I am a herbivore. My liberty is what we were before. Colonialism and slavery, them programming and train we. Jesse have the key for you to turn the door. Know yourself and be thankful. No for them a sell out a look a handful. When they come to lyrics, crucial have a song full. And my words sound power like a strong bull. Me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch the station. Fire dust and blaze, and them never know. Chant down around the place and me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch the station. Fire does a blaze, so them never they know. Shine down around the place, me say no, yeah. Oh gosh, Kabaka Pyramid again. Hey, shine down sound and lead them all. Melbourne, Australia, hey. And red the fire we go blaze. Chant down sound them not have no time for waste. When them touch up on the stage, them crush them with them rage. Blaze fire blaze, all days, me ready for the road. Put me on the radio, me ready for the road. We no come for players, so me touch the session. On fire does a blaze. Blazing out, no, yeah.